Hello, my name's Dave, I'm also known as Infected Flinch, and I'm just going to move you ever so slightly. Oh, too much. That's about right. I feel better now. Probably can't notice anything. But yeah, my name's Dave, I'm also known as Infected Flinch, and behind me is Spider-Man on the GameCube. Get ready for this. I just got bitten! Mr. Woodlin37, Carl, he made a video a while back about 15 games on 15 systems. I'll keep looking down here because I'm going to have to look what the next system's going to be that I have to use. I might have to substitute some because I don't really have enough knowledge on that particular system, so I'll have to basically just swap it around for one of my own. So let's begin. So it's a system. Each system, what's your favourite game on that system, essentially? So the first is the Nintendo DS. Now mine on that is, because it's quite recent, because went on holiday with the missus, and it was Professor Layton and the Curious Village. Lost hours to that, just sat in the sun playing it, and it was great. Just some great cutscenes in it. Story's a bit wacky, and the puzzles are fantastic, and you feel absolutely fantastic when you sort those out. But yeah, I think that is probably the hallmark title for the DS, me personally anyway. I did start playing the second one, and then I think I had to come back home, you know, so my holiday finished. I know the girlfriend's been playing, well, she finished the second one, I think the third one she got onto, something about the futures, be down here, whatever it's called. Yeah, that one. I don't think she was all that enamoured with that one, if I'm honest. So, second one, Xbox 360. Now, I had a lot of titles on the 360 that I lost hours to. It's a bit difficult to kind of pick one. If I had to pick one, that's a difficult one. That is a really difficult one. Shit, I want several for that one, because there's been a lot of, because it's been out for that long and I've had so many games, great games for it. Because I've got loads. I've got Civ Rev. I've got Gears of War 2, Left 4 Dead 2. And you just want me to pick one? I'm gonna go with Gears of War 2. Purely on the reason because it. One of the games that got me through being unemployed, and also as well the Horde mode as well, and me, Stefan and Carl basically playing all at once against an unstoppable force, and it was a lot of fun, and I lost a lot of hours to that. So, but then there's Dark Souls as well. Oh, there's just too many games on that one. Fuck it, Gears of War 2. Somebody, I mean one of my close mates will go, but what about this, or what about that? And they'll correct me and I'll go, oh yeah, I wish I'd said that. Far too many for that one. Far too many. Right, number 3, I think he said Spectrum for this, and it was a bit before my time. So, I'm going to change that, and I'm going to change that to the CDI, because that's something I had. So, the Philips CDI, I will go for Burn Cycle. Purely if you watch every video that I've ever done about Burn Cycle, I rant and rave about it. Sadly enough though, I found that when I tried to play it again recently, because I've played it that much, the discs actually start to flake apart, and it's broke. So I need a new copy, which I'm actually gutted about, because that's one of the original copies I got from 1990 dot. So yeah, I am pretty sad about that. So I'm going to get another copy though, don't worry. Number 4, so he said Amiga, I'm going for Atari ST. So Atari ST for me That's another one where I had shit tons of games for it. As you can tell, I've done this all off the cuff, so I haven't done any preparation for it. Now, Atari ST. I did a short playthrough of it as the GoldenSkull, and in fairness, I actually didn't play it properly because I forgot how to play it from years back. But it was Supremacy. I lost hours to that game with Supremacy. It was called something else in the States. I don't know exactly what it was called, but it's called something else. But yeah, I lost hours to that, and I loved it as a kid. But that's another one. I can't just pick one. I've got several because there's Onslaught, Eliminator. Trying to think what else. There was the Bomb Jack as well. You know, with the ST, I had so many games on there that I loved. Badlands was another one. Cyberball, Clax, and I've done a lot of nostalgia trips of those. Star Ray was another one. Nebulous. You know, I can name you loads of games on there, but I find it difficult just to pick one. But if I had to pick one, it may be Supremacy, and I think we should really kind of do that again. We might do that as a nostalgia journey. You know, try and finish the game in one go. We are going to try and do that, which is going to come on to another game later on that we have actually done as a journey, and it's been put together. So, number 5, he's put PC Engine. I never had a PC Engine, and I have got one now. And I know we've got to play that. Yeah, I know it. It does work. It does work. Because he's already put Game Gear in there. What can I put in there? What other console can I have? I haven't prepared for this at all. What shall I put in there? Tell you what, I'll just put PC in there. So PC. If I was going to pick a PC game, see, there's another one. I've done it to myself again. There's loads of games I'd want to play and say those are my all-time favourites. For PC, I'd probably say Half-Life. I'd say Half-Life on that one. But that's another series, you know, like there's other stuff in there. There's like Journeyman Project. There's the Broken Sword series in there. I mean, the first Broken Sword is, mwah, it's beautiful. Beautiful game. So yeah, there's a lot in that one. Next one, he's put Neo Geo Pocket. Now, Stefan's got a Neo Geo Pocket, and he could tell me loads of games that he'd want to take on that. I always wanted one myself, but I know Stefan's probably the guy to ask with that one. What can I have instead? What can I have instead? What about the... Has he got the PSP in there? Can I have that? Has he put that in there? No, he hasn't. I'm going to have the PSP. Bollocks to you. So PSP. For the PSP, for me personally, it would have been Daxter. Because I loved Daxter. It was great. It was a really good title. Really solid. Really lots of fun. And it kind of fitted in with Jak 2, which I think is great. I think it's a great direction for that whole entire series. It was great. So yeah, Daxter for PSP. Number 7, Master System. Zillion, without a fucking doubt. I mean, we've only just played that recently, and that's the nostalgia journey, which is what I'm going to talk about in a minute. We lost an hour and a bit to that game, and it was so much fun. It's so good. It's really good. Yeah, Zillion is fantastic. So yeah, definitely that for the Master System. But that's going to be the nostalgia journey. It's going to be, big long one in different parts. You can just pick up where you left off. So yeah, we're going to do nostalgia journeys in a bit of a different way with that. Selfless, shameless promotion. Game Gear. I had a Game Gear and I had a lot of good titles for that, so that is something I did have. Factory Panic would probably be one of them up there. Factory Panic was a lot of fun actually. Columns was another one. But if I had to pick one, yeah, again, not prepared. I would go for Factory Panic on the Game Gear. Purely because it was really good. It was a lot of fun actually, and very addictive. It was called something else. It was a Russian. It was actually based on Gorbachev or something. I can't remember exactly, but yeah, Factory Panic. That was really cool on Game Boy. Arcade, Daytona USA. No contest. So yeah, Daytona USA. Just because it's awesome. That's all you need to know. Mega Drive. Sonic 2. Because it's just Sonic at his unadulterated fucking awesomeness, and it was fantastic. And he will never get back to that again, will he? And let's be honest, he never will. Let it go. He's gone. He's gone. We have to accept that he went off the deep end. He snorted too much crack, and he's gone. We have to accept that. He's just not the same anymore. So, SNES, Star Fox. Because it's just, I mean, if you watch the video we did before, I drunkenly talked about how much I love that game to the point that it's kind of creepy. But Star Fox, yes, definitely, yes. What have we got here? NES, the normal Nintendo. Well, I was never really much of a NES fan. I never had one when I was a kid. So, what would I have liked? I know my mates had some. I'm just trying to think of any ones that I like now. That's a difficult one, that one. That is a difficult one. Because I've played quite a few NES games since. I just have to say Mario, because I mean, that was probably the only one I ever really played on it. I mean, there's probably other games on there, but Mario was the one for me on that one. PS2. Right, okay, that's a big one, because there were loads on there that I loved on that. But it depends, because it depends what, you know, my mood at the time. What I'm wanting and what I need, you know, like, because that was another system I had for ages, and I had loads of games on there that I would rant and rave about how great they were. And I actually had Half-Life on that as well. I actually had Half-Life on the PS2. What I would probably say for that one, because Silent Hill 2 was on there, and Metal Gear Solid 3 was on there. Shadow of the Colossus was on there. It's unfair, because there's too many. The Suffering, I loved The Suffering. That was awesome. Oh, you bastard. I can only pick one. I'm not saying Grand Theft Auto, because no, it wasn't what I mean, it was great, but it wasn't my all-time favourite. God of War as well. Do I have to just pick one? Can't I pick several, like I've just listed then? Jak and Daxter, that was good as well. I can't pick just one. It's too hard. It's too difficult. You can't. No. Okay. So I've got to pick one. The others have got to get shunned, and I've got to say sorry afterwards. So if I've got to pick one, if I've got to pick one. There's Metal Gear Solid 2 in there as well, because I lost hours to that as well. Oh. No, there's too many. There's too many. God of War 2. There you go. It wasn't the one I wanted, but to be honest, I have a selection. I can't just pick one. It's too difficult. So God of War 2, but all those others that I've just listed, they're in there as well. So last one, PS1. Final Fantasy 7 would be in there. But is it? Yeah. Let's go with Final Fantasy 7 because I've wasted enough of your time. Final Fantasy 7 because you know why. It's a strange game to tell, to kind of get across to youngsters, like how much of a big deal it was, It was. When I was 12 years old, I remember putting that in, thinking it was going to be complete bollocks, and then nearly 100 odd hours later, I was still playing it, and I didn't know why. And the story was great, the visuals were great, the whole aspect of finding things was great. It was a fantastic game. And if they're going to do a HD remaster of that, I think that is sacrilege, and it needs... That's another topic I'm going to get onto another time. HD remakes, do we really need them? But we'll come to that for another Dave's Ask another time. So that was a response to Carl, Woodlin37, 73, 42, 95. But no, go check him out, he's awesome. He does the Two Bad Bastards, he swears a lot. I'm sorry that this response has been long and rambling, but I can never just pick one game. So yeah, thanks for being here, Shizzle, and Tata sauce. That's going to be my catchphrase for a while, fuck off.